New York Yankees are far from finished reshaping their roster this season. Despite some moves already made, the team continues to address pressing concerns, particularly within their infield. A key issue has been Jazz Chisholm Jr. playing out of position at third base, a spot that simply isn't his natural fit. Everyone knows that by the trade deadline, the Yankees plan to fix this, and recent developments have made it clear they're heading in that direction. What we're seeing now is just the beginning of a domino effect of changes that could reshape this roster in a significant way. With the July trade deadline fast approaching, the Yankees have been more active than ever. It feels like the trade market is buzzing, and Brian Cashman is clearly looking to add talent, especially in spots where the team has shown vulnerability. The infusion of fresh faces and new options is crucial if they want to keep pace in a highly competitive league. One move that stands out recently is the signing of Hemelander Candelario to a minor league deal, a player who was released by the Cincinnati Reds earlier this season. This acquisition might not have made headlines like some blockbuster trades, but it's a smart, low-risk move aimed at shoring up the infield and giving the team some breathing room. Candelario, at 31 years old, is still young enough to bounce back and contribute meaningfully. Though his recent performance has been underwhelming, batting just .113 with an OPS around .410 in limited action this season, there are valid reasons behind those numbers. He's been hampered by a back injury that sidelined him, and his sample size this year is very small. The Reds chose to cut him despite the multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract they had invested in, calling it a sunk cost. But for the Yankees, this is a no-lose scenario. If he returns to form, the team gains a solid third base option. If not, they haven't risked much. Looking back just 2 seasons ago, Candelario was a legitimate contributor with an OPS above .800, which shows the upside he still possesses. He's a switch hitter, which adds versatility to the lineup, and his defensive skills can provide some much-needed stability as the Yankees consider moving Jazz Chisholm Jr. back to his natural position at second base. The team has clearly been trying to optimize defense without sacrificing too much offense, and this signing fits perfectly into that puzzle. Jazz's offensive numbers have been impressive so far this season. In just over 200 at-bats since returning from injury, he's hit 14 home runs, driven in 37 runs, and stolen 10 bases, all while maintaining an OPS of .827 and an OPS plus of 130. Despite this production, his comfort level at third base has been questionable. Jazz himself has admitted that playing there is a natural for him and that he doesn't always feel at ease. Defensive metrics back this up, showing that when he's at second base, opposing hitters have a much lower batting average than when he's on the hot corner. Moving him back to second would not only boost the team's defense, but also likely improve his overall game. The Yankees have also been monitoring other options internally and externally, understanding that the current situation cannot persist. DJ LeMahieu's range is limited, and he's not the answer to the defensive question the Yankees face. The need to shuffle pieces around to improve the infield's overall defense and offense is clear, and the recent signing of Candelario is a small but meaningful step in that direction. Fans have had mixed reactions to these moves, as always. Some are excited by the possibility of fresh talent contributing and helping the team push deeper into the postseason. Others are more skeptical, seeing these acquisitions as minor tweaks rather than game-changing additions. The consensus seems to be that these are incremental improvements, not headline-grabbing trades. But every small piece counts in a season where every win is precious. Candelario's signing, though not flashy, represents a strategic gamble. He's a player who has shown flashes of brilliance, and the Yankees are banking on his ability to regain form and provide quality at-bats and solid defense. His status as a New Yorker adds an interesting twist, perhaps giving him an extra motivation to perform well in front of a home crowd. It's also worth noting that the Yankees have brought in other infielders recently, including players like Nicky Lopez, who has also struggled this season but offers defensive versatility and experience. While Lopez's numbers haven't been impressive, batting just over .040 with a very low OPS, the ability to play multiple infield positions keeps him valuable as a depth option. Comparing the two, Candelario seems to have a clearer path to making an impact given his history of production and switch hitting ability. Lopez's value lies more in his glove and flexibility, but his offensive struggles highlight the challenges the Yankees face in finding consistent production from their bench and role players. Overall, the Yankees are clearly aiming to bolster their infield as they navigate the mid-season stretch. The moves so far reflect a team that's not content to sit back and hope things improve on their own. Instead, they're actively seeking solutions, even if that means taking chances on players coming off rough patches or injuries. The front office understands that the window for a championship run is narrow and every roster decision is critical. Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s versatility and talent remain a key asset, but putting him in the right spot on the field is essential for maximizing his contribution. The hope is that with better defensive alignment and the addition of new pieces like Candelario, the Yankees can tighten up their infield and maintain the offensive firepower needed to compete at the highest level. Brian Cashman's moves reflect a broader strategy of taking calculated risks and exploring every available option. While some fans might wish for bigger, flashier trades, the reality is that smart, low-risk signings can often pay off in the long run, especially when combined with the core group of established stars the Yankees already have. The upcoming weeks promise to be intense as the trade deadline looms and rumors swirl about potential bigger moves. The team's front office is clearly preparing for a busy stretch, knowing that the right additions now could make all the difference come October. Meanwhile, players like Jazz continue to prove their worth on the field, showing that despite positional challenges, their talent can shine through. If the Yankees can get the right pieces in place around him and solidify the infield defense, they'll be in a strong position to challenge for the title. This phase of the season is crucial for the Yankees, and every move is magnified by the pressure to succeed. The signing of Candelario might not grab the spotlight, but it's a reminder that championship teams are built not only through blockbuster trades, but also through smart, timely adjustments. Fans should keep an eye on how these new additions settle in, how Jazz adapts when moved back to his natural position, and whether the Yankees continue to make more moves that could reshape their roster in meaningful ways. The next few weeks are sure to bring plenty of drama and excitement as the trade deadline approaches and the postseason race heats up. As the trade deadline inches closer, the atmosphere around the Yankees grows more intense, and the decisions made now could very well define the remainder of their season. Brian Cashman and the front office have shown a willingness to explore every avenue, no matter how subtle, to strengthen the roster and address ongoing challenges. The acquisition of Hemilander Candelario is just one example of this approach, signing a player off waivers who has experienced ups and downs but still carries the potential to provide value, especially as the Yankees look to optimize their infield configuration. While Candelario's recent struggles have been well documented, the key context behind those numbers is important. His back injury earlier in the year severely limited his playing time, and players returning from such setbacks often need time to regain their rhythm and form. Additionally, a small sample size can sometimes paint an unfairly bleak picture of a player's true ability. Considering that only a couple of years ago he was a reliable contributor with solid offensive metrics, it's reasonable to think he could rebound and become a useful piece for the Yankees. His switch-hitting capability adds versatility, giving the team flexibility to manage matchups and lineup configurations as the season progresses. Defensively, Candelario brings experience at third base, which is exactly where the Yankees need help. Jazz Chisholm Jr. has done a commendable job filling in at that position, but it's not his natural spot, and he's made that clear himself. Returning Jazz to second base would improve the team's defense significantly and allow him to play with more comfort and confidence. Statistics back up this move. When Jazz is at second base, opposing hitters have a much lower batting average, indicating better overall defensive performance. On the other hand, while he's been solid at third, it's not where he truly thrives, and the Yankees know that. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a move that has left both fans and insiders in awe, the New York Yankees have reportedly made a discreet but significant call to the Colorado Rockies regarding third baseman Ryan McMahon. This unexpected overture, cloaked in secrecy and urgency, comes at a time when trade rumors are swirling with increased intensity as the deadline approaches. According to sources close to the situation, the Yankees front office initiated contact late last week in what has been described as a strategic but quiet inquiry, one that could potentially reshape the roster of one of the most scrutinized franchises in professional sports. McMAHON, known for his solid glove work and underrated power at the plate, has long been a consistent, if somewhat under-the-radar performer for Colorado. With a contract that offers both club-friendly terms and long-term control, he represents the kind of acquisition that the Yankees, who have been plagued by injuries and inconsistencies at third base, may view as both a solution and an investment. While the details of the call remain tightly held, sources suggest that the Yankees floated the idea of a multiplayer package that would include high upside prospects, signaling their willingness to spend in talent what they may lack in flexibility. The conversation, which reportedly took place over a secure and private line, wasn't listed in any official transaction tracker or front office report, a fact that has only fueled the speculation around how serious the Yankees are in pulling off a mid-season coup. For McMahon, who has quietly become a clubhouse leader, in Denver, the idea of donning the iconic pinstripes may be as thrilling as it is daunting. Still, in the ruthless calculus of Major League Baseball, emotions often take a backseat to numbers and need. Insiders believe this move may also be tied to the Yankees' long-term strategy. With the American League East tightening and the postseason race wide open, acquiring a reliable infielder like McMahon could provide both depth and immediate stability. More importantly, it signals a subtle shift in the Yankees' typical acquisition pattern. Instead of flashy names and headline grabbing stars, they may be targeting durable, underappreciated contributors who can offer daily value. McMahon fits that mold perfectly, a player whose consistency and quiet excellence could be exactly what New York needs down the stretch. There's also speculation that this inquiry was initiated directly by Yankees general manager Brian Cashman himself, bypassing some of the usual scouting channels in order to move swiftly and discreetly. That level of direct involvement suggests not only urgency but genuine interest. If true, it paints a picture of a front office that is both aware of its current vulnerabilities and determined to fix them before they become fatal. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.